Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about WWE2K23. Now obviously I haven't played it, but a lot of people have been playing the game lately, and I wanted to give my thoughts. Instead of you guys seeing my ugly mug and talking about it, I've decided to put some gameplay of me playing Pokemon Violet in the background so then you guys can listen to my voice. So, over the last few days, we've been getting these new gameplay videos and we even got a recent trailer. We got a recent trailer and all that stuff. And personally, I'm very, very excited for the game. I'm very excited for the game, and I'm looking forward to see what they've got in store next. So, I want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on all of this. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on all of this, plus my opinions on the trailer that we saw, plus the gameplay that people have recently been playing, such as war games. So, let's get down to the trailer. One of the big things from this trailer was something I was very excited about, and one of the things I wanted was a playable character from NXT. She is officially playable. In the trailer, we saw Cora Jade, now officially playable, and making her 2K debut. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be talking about the big issue already with Cora Jade, and yes, I hear you. And yes, I hear you. The one big major complaint that everybody has been making about Cora Jade is that the version of Cora Jade we are getting is the babyface version, is the one where she comes out with the skateboard. She comes out with the skateboard, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what Cora Jade looks like in the game. Personally, I'm not too fussed about what version of Cora Jade it is, as long as she's in the game, in my personal opinion. So from the small shots we got of Cora Jade, the two shots from Cora Jade we got was two things. A, it's the babyface version because she comes out with the skateboard, and B, it looked like she had her heel graphics with the generation of Jade. Now again, we don't know the theme song because no official gameplay footage of her entrance at all has been revealed to anybody, because she wasn't one of the few wrestlers that was selectable in the main game, in the database version that they've got playing out right now. So my best guess is that it's possibly going to be Generation of Jade. I don't know for certain. I can't be confident about that. But because it's the babyface version, some people also think it might be Twisted Generation, which again, I'm going to say it right now, I'm not really all that concerned about what music she could really have. I like Twisted Generation and I like Generation of Jade. I'm a big fan of both theme songs, so I'm not going to be upset whichever version of the music she gets. The only thing I'm not a fan of is that the only thing I don't like is the model they picked for her. I didn't immediately catch on to this at first because I was just really excited that she was in the game, but the model they picked for her is when she had pigtails. Apparently Cora Jade's model is where she has pigtails. So they picked the model where she has pigtails. Now I do remember she has had pigtails a couple times, but I don't really remember the time she wrestled with them. But all I will say is this: she's had long hair. She's used her long hair attire. She's always had long hair every single time. So I will say I am a little bit upset they picked the worst ring gear. They picked the worst attire, or they picked the worst look of her. But as I've already explained before, I'm not really fussed over what she looks like. I'm just happy she's in the game, and that's really all that matters to me, that she's in the game. And they've also confirmed that Alba Fire is in the game, obviously. I mean, of course she's going to be in the game. Why wouldn't she be in the game? It would be silly if she's not in the game. So, it'd be kind of silly if she wasn't in the game. But, yeah. But yeah. Overall, the gameplay trailer they showed was really good. Apparently, Sami Zayn, the version of Sami Zayn we're getting is the Sami Zayn Forever one, where he was basically... Where he was basically facing off against that guy from Jackass at WrestleMania. So yeah, that's the version we're getting. But overall, I guess I'm not too fussed about that now that he's no longer in the bloodline. I guess I can't be that fussed that Sami Zayn doesn't have the honorary use shirt because again, he's not in the bloodline anymore. So wouldn't really make any sense. But overall, the gameplay trailer was good. I'm a big fan of it, and I like it. I like it a lot, and I'm very looking forward to the game. Now, onto the gameplay itself. The main gameplay we saw was people playing the War Games match. Now, there were only a select full of playable characters that were playable in the early build, and Jesus Christ, I need to say this a lot because I saw a lot of people complaining about the game. It's an early build, and I'm going to be saying that word a lot. Early build. So get used to me saying that a lot because I've been hearing a lot of people complain, and I'm going to go on a bit of a tirade about it. People have been complaining about how the game looks, and how some of the models don't look very accurate. One of the big issues was not just Cora Jade. One of the other big issues was Becky Lynch. I've seen a lot of the entrances. People have shown off the entrances of the available playable wrestlers that were available during that gameplay reveal day when people were going in to play the game. I've seen a handful of the entrances. I'm not a fan of Asuka having the same entrance. She's had the basic same entrance that she's had, I think, since 2K18. I'm not sure when she first got that entrance, but she's had that entrance for a long time. I wish they kind of updated her entrance just a little bit. But that's kind of more accurate, but it's kind of like how Asuka comes out. Now, obviously, they're not going to include her new music because, again, her new music has only just been new. So I can understand they're not going to have her new music. Obviously, we're going to be having Doudrop and not Piper Niven because I know people are going to be upset that we're going to be getting Doudrop and not Piper Niven because, again, the game is based off of 2022, not 2023. So that is not a big issue to me. That is not much of an issue. To me. But however, we've seen a lot of the wrestlers. Shotzi was shown off. She had her green attire. I mean, I liked that one. I'm not gonna complain about it too much. She had her green attire. She still came out in the tank. Which doesn't make a lot of sense because in 2022 she was a heel, so I don't know why her tank is there. She was a heel in 2022, so I don't know why she had that entrance. But you know, it's not that big of a deal. But that's not that big of a deal. But whatever. So yeah, she came out with the tank. She looks kind of the same outside of, you know, the gear change and they put black on the top of her head. So, in her hair. So that's really all that is really changed about Shotzi. Ronda Rousey has her baddest ring attire. I'm not sure when she had that. Might have been WrestleMania Backlash or something. I can't remember. And why should I care? It's Ronda Rousey. Shayna Baszler looks a little bit different. Her model is the same, but she's got different attire. And the other difference about Shayna Baszler is that her banger Def Rebel music, Limb by Limb, is in the game. And you guys know I like some of the Def Rebel soundtracks, and I know a lot of people hate the Def Rebel soundtracks. And me personally, I'm happy that they're finally putting the Def Rebel musics in the game. I don't care how much you hate them, making sure everything is accurate is as possible is a good thing. Bailey has her damage control look, which honestly makes sense. Which makes sense because she's a part of damage control. And because in the entrance of the game reveals that she's representing damage control, definitely confirms that Dakota Kai and Io Sky are going to be in the game, and also they are going to be the women's tag team champions, because it makes sense for them to be the women's tag team champions. Overall, I like a lot of the models that they've chosen for some of the women. A lot of people were complaining about Charlotte. A lot of people didn't like Charlotte's gear choice. I mean, I like the gear, but I do get where people are coming from saying that it's outdated because it was in the year of 2021 she used that gear. But then again, maybe they scanned her. Maybe they scanned her when she had that gear on. I don't know. But yes, a lot of people seemed to be upset about Charlotte's gear. I'm not, honestly. I'm not. I like that gear. I'm a big fan. I like that gear a lot. It's one of my favorites. So I'm actually not too upset about that one. I mean, the red gear that Bailey has, I like that one too. So I'm not too upset about that one either. I mean, at least Bailey is accurate because she's a part of damage control. So at least it's actually accurate and correct. So, unlike Charlotte's, I guess. One of the biggest complaints was Becky Lynch. Oh boy, Becky Lynch. My God, was she done dirty for this game? My God, I've got a lot to say about this one. I don't know what 2K were really thinking when it came to Becky Lynch. There's a lot of confusion about her. One, her Titantron is wrong. I've never seen, like, if you see her entrance in 2K23, it's completely wrong. It's completely wrong. For some reason, her Tron is orange and it just says Becky Lynch, which she's never had that Titantron in 2022. And the model of Becky Lynch we've got is the Big Time Bex version. We've got the Big Time Bex version of Becky Lynch because she has short hair. She has short hair in that game, so therefore she's Big Time Bex. And another problem is the commentators still refer to her as the Man. The commentators still refer to her as the Man when she comes to the ring. So that's one of the biggest problems with her right now. For some weird reason, she comes out looking like she's Big Time Bex. The commentators still call her the Man, and her entrance is very much like Big Time Bex, and her look is also like Big Time Bex. So that's the annoying thing. So yeah, she looks very outdated. So again, as I've already said before, it's an early build of the game. There could be a possibility they fix her before the game comes out. There is still a possibility that happens. So yeah, there's still a possibility they may update her. They updated Rhea Ripley. They made her look perfect in my opinion. They added her new theme music, Demon in My Dreams. They've made her representing the Judgment Day, which is all accurate to me. So I think Rhea Ripley is definitely the most accurate. So yeah, a lot of the models from some of the wrestlers, I like Seth Rollins. I like Seth Rollins' model. I am a big fan of them adding the crowd singing when Seth Rollins comes out. I'm a big fan of that. Crap, she's gonna use ice and I forgot about that, or whatever. Anyway, I got sidetracked. Yeah, I like that the crowd sing Seth's theme. I'm a big fan of that. Love Cody Rhodes' entrance. I've seen his entrance already. Love Cody Rhodes' entrance. So I'm very much looking forward to be playing as Cody Rhodes. He's definitely one of the characters I'm definitely going to be playing as. One other complaint that I saw, which I don't know if it's... I don't know if I should say, well, I can understand it, or I just feel people are just complaining for the sake of complaining, is our Tribal Chief's entrance. People in the early screenshots were complaining that we were only seeing Roman Reigns without the belts. And then when the gameplay finally comes out, people show off Roman's entrance, and I'm hearing there are some people that like it, some people are happy that double champion entrances are back in the game. But there are also people complaining about the double champion entrance because it's not accurate, because it's not perfect, because it's not how it is on TV. Do you guys not realize that he doesn't have Paul Heyman with him? Obviously, if you do his double entrance, where he has Paul Heyman with him, obviously you're going to get the correct entrance. Paul Heyman will carry one of the belts, Roman will stick his arm out to ask him to pass him one of the belts, and then he'll raise it up. My main worry about Roman Reigns is that his entrance is going to be the same. My main worry is his champion entrance is going to be the same. That's my main concern. My main concern is that Roman Reigns finally gets an updated entrance. Just because he has belts doesn't mean it's an updated entrance. I more want a full updated entrance of the Tribal Chief. Him raising his finger up, saying that he's the one, and also an entrance where he doesn't have the titles and he still comes out doing the one pose. That is my main concern. My main concern is not the fact that he's coming out with 2 belts. My main concern is that they don't update his entrance, period, when you don't have the belts on him. You can give him all the fancy entrances with the titles all you want, but if you don't fix his entrance, if you don't change his entrance where he's got pyro, then there's a problem. That's my only main worry about Roman Reigns. I don't really care about his double entrance, to be honest. I don't mind it. It's fine. Whatever. You people wanted double champion entrances. And also, the other funny thing I find hilarious is that people are freaking out over the double entrances. Like, oh my god, double entrances are back. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Oh my god, so happy double entrances are back. Do you idiots not realize that Roman and the Usos being double champions all year has basically made that a guarantee? Roman and the Usos being double champions basically guaranteed that. They guaranteed it. Them being champions all bloody year basically 1,000,000,000% confirmed that there was going to be double entrances. Did any of you guys really think that 2K were not going to include double entrances if they had all the belts? And if your answer is yes, then you guys are complete morons. Overall, a lot of the entrances are basically the same. That's one of the other things I can really say. A lot of the entrances of the men are the same. The only new ones is basically Cody Rhodes, Roman's double champion entrance, and I guess really Seth Rollins' is different because he has his fire and his pyro and the crowd singing, but overall it's the same entrance. It's the same entrance just with the pyro added and the crowd singing. That's really all that is different about Seth's entrance. We did get Braun Breaker, and I really like how the NXT Championship looks in that game, so I'm not complaining there. Braun's entrance is really good. I like it. So I can't really complain there. I like the entrance. So now let's get to the let's get down to business. You're here to talk. You're here because you want me to talk about war games, and I will talk about war games. But before I get to that, rant alerts. I want to get this out of the way right now. I'm putting out a rant alert because I need to get this off my chest. A lot of people have been complaining about the champions and how it's possible that there'll be outdated champions. And one person in particular is the NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. A few people, one particular person, he knows who he is, has been constantly complaining to me how it's a possibility that Roxanne Perez does not make it into the game, period, or she's just a DLC character, and they make Mandy Rose the NXT Women's Champion. Now, as much as that could be possible, it's not going to, because Roxanne is going to be in the game, and she is going to be on the disc, and she is going to be the NXT Women's Champion. Now, there's one thing that needs to be said here. Why Mandy Rose? Mandy Rose could not be in. Mandy Rose might not even be in 2K23, period. She might not even be in the game. The company could just tell 2K to take her out of the game. And same with Sasha Banks and possibly Naomi. Because these are the three wrestlers that are potentially not going to be in the game. These are the three wrestlers that could potentially not be in the game anymore because they're not in the company anymore. Because they're not in the company anymore, there's a potential chance they may not be in the game. But people think Mandy Rose could still make the game because it's based off of 2022. Which, yes, that could be possible. But let's just say Mandy Rose is in the game. Let's say she is in the game. Let's say they do confirm that she is in the game. But here's the thing. They're not going to show Mandy Rose. They're not going to show her model. They're not going to show what she looks like. Do you want to know why I say that? Because she's not in the company anymore. Let's go back to 2K22. They never showed Karrion Kross. They never showed Keith Lee. They never showed the Iconics. They never showed Tegan Knox. They never showed Dakota Kai. They never showed Toni Storm. They never showed Mia Yim. They never showed Retribution, even though some of them were under contract. But all I'm saying is the people that were released from the game by the time 2K22 came out, they were never shown in any trailers. Because why? Because they're not in the company anymore. Because I remember when Up, Up, Down, Down showed a trailer of the game, there was a small shot, a very quick shot, of Karrion Kross being super kicked by one of the Usos, and it was reported that WWE were very, very angry at 2K for showing Karrion Kross in their trailer. So it tells you that 2K do not want anyone who is released from the games to be shown in their trailers. So even if we make the argument and say that Mandy Rose is in the game, they're not going to show her. They're not going to show her in a trailer. She might be teased. They might just tease a Toxic Attraction shirt. They might just tease her that she's in the game with a Toxic Attraction shirt. Or maybe they show My GM and maybe her name is in the listing of the My GM. Because remember, people found out about Lana and Keith Lee and Tegan Knox because their names were shown in My GM. Same with John Morrison, because he was gone by that time. A lot of the released wrestlers were kind of hinted because of My GM. That is the only way Mandy Rose, Sasha Banks, and Naomi could potentially be in the game, because of My GM. Because they might show gameplay of My GM, and their names could be popped up. And their names may pop up on that listing. And that could be why they're not, and that could be why players are not allowed to play My GM this year. Because they got in trouble with it last time, they probably don't want anybody to play it, period. But all I'm saying is, even if Mandy Rose is in the game, they're not going to show her, period. They're not going to show her model, they're not going to show her entrance, they're not going to show her off. They are going to keep her hidden because she's not in the company anymore. So even if she's in the game, they are still going to make Roxanne the champion. They're still going to make Roxanne the champion because it just makes sense for Roxanne to be the champion because she's the current champion. Okay? Understand? We capiche? Good. Because people are released, if you are released from the company, you're not going to be shown. That's just how it works. So just understand that, okay? Just because they're not shown off in the game doesn't mean they're not going to be teased down the road. For all we know, in the NXT arena, if people look, because there's a lot of people that have got really good eyes, because if you look at the arena in the War Games arena, because people do have good eyes, there's a strong chance there could be a Prodigy shirt in the crowds. And that's one other thing I think I need to address. And I think that's one other thing I need to address, is because a lot of people believe that if you see someone's shirt in the crowd, it confirms they're in the game. People have said they have been seeing Mandy Rose shirts in the audiences. So, someone even told me that, oh, Sasha Banks' shirt was seen in one of the trailers. Now, here's the thing. Just because your shirt is shown in the trailers doesn't mean they're in the game. I can name two wrestlers to you that had their shirts shown off. You see their shirts and they were not in the game. Aaliyah and Kaden Carter. There's a shirt of Kaden Carter in 2K22. If you go to the NXT 2.0 arena and if you've got good eyes, you will see a Kaden Carter shirt. And now apparently Aaliyah had her shirt shown off in a few trailers in 2K22, and she was never put in the game, and neither was Kaden Carter. So just because your t-shirt is there in the crowd doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. If we learn our history from that, if we learn our history from Aaliyah and Kaden's shirts, just because your shirt was seen doesn't mean shit. They could just put the shirt there. That Mandy Rose shirt, that could just be a placeholder. That could just be a placeholder shirt until they eventually fix it. Because when they showed the War Games arena, oh, that looked very glitchy. When they showed the War Games arena, there were a ton of Apollo Crews shirts. So Apollo Crews is confirmed to be in WWE2K23. I was trying to keep an eye out, I was trying to keep my eyes open in case if there was maybe a Roxanne t-shirt or a Generation of Jade t-shirt. Couldn't really tell by a lot of the designs, but, you know, some people might have good eyes. But at the end of the day, just because there's a shirt in the audience doesn't mean they're in the game. Yes, there was a Tegan Nox shirt that confirmed that Tegan Nox was in the game. There was a Xia Swerve Scott shirt, which confirmed Xia Swerve Scott, who was also released from the company. Yes, you are correct. There were a lot of shirts that confirmed a lot of wrestlers. But you just gotta understand, just because their shirt is shown doesn't mean they're in the game. I wish people would understand that. But all I'm saying is, even if Mandy Rose is in the game, same thing with Sasha Banks and Naomi, they're not going to show them. They're not going to show them. Why would they show them? They're not around anymore. Yes, Naomi is still listed on the roster, but she's not mentioned. Please, just understand when I'm trying to talk. I'm not trying to sound like an annoying dickhead. I'm not trying to be annoying or piss people off that want to be proven right. I'm just trying to help you understand. Just because how you feel about something doesn't mean it's going to happen. Roxanne is going to be in the game. They're not going to show Mandy Rose at all in the trailers. They're not going to show Mandy Rose at all in the trailers. Even if she is in the game. Even if she is in the game, they're not going to show her. Even if they do show Toxic Attraction, they're just going to show Gigi and JC. That's all they're going to show. If you watched the 2K22 trailers like I did, then you should know how this is going to work. Anybody who isn't in the company anymore isn't going to be shown. They're not going to be shown. That's how it works. If you're not in the company anymore, you're not going to be shown. And that is just a fact. People should know this because Lana was never shown, Swerve was never shown, Tony was never shown, Ember was never shown, Billy and Peyton was never shown. All the people that were released in WWE that were in 2K22 were never shown, period. Adam Cole and Aleister Black were apparently supposed to be in it, in 2K22, but they removed them. Kyle O'Reilly was never shown in any of the trailers. So you got to understand, if you are released, you are not going to be shown. So even if Mandy and Sasha and Naomi are in the games, they're not going to be shown by 2K. Because there's just no reason for them to be shown. Because they'll just get in trouble by WWE because they got in trouble when they showed Karrion Kross. So please, just understand that. Anyway. Oh, and one other thing that people are, and one other thing that one person is telling me is that the New Day don't have the NXT Tag Team Championships, so that could confirm that they're not going to be the champions. It's an early build of the game. One of the big things I've seen a lot of people say is how most things are not accurate. It's an early build of the game. They may change everything by the time the game comes out. Anyway, I was just paying attention to what Dad had to say because I've never seen this part. Anyway, now let's talk about War Games, because I know a lot of you have been wanting to hear my thoughts on War Games. For what I've seen from War Games, I am very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. It looks good. I really do enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. It looks great. There's only one small issue I have with it. There's one small issue I have with it. And I think you guys might know what that is. My small issue is that they only show the entrance of the people that start the War Games. Because apparently all the other people you have in the War Games match are just all immediately in the shark cage. I'm not a fan of that. I feel like all the wrestlers should come out. It should be a lot like the Elimination Chamber. It should be a lot like the Elimination Chamber. How I feel it should be like the Elimination Chamber. You see everybody come out, and the people that are going in the pods, you see them make their entrances, and you see them go inside the pods. And you see them go inside the shark cage. You see them go inside the shark cage, and then you see the person who starts the chamber, starts the War Games, and they go in. One nice feature I like they added was the advantage. They did include the advantage where they did say that the advantage is also there, so you can give like a so you can give one team the advantage, which I think is really, really nice. I like the addition of the advantage match, so that's going to be fun. So that's really fun. One of my other worries was that the computers, the AIs, were not going to really grab any weapons, because they talked about how you can grab weapons in that. And honestly, I was very excited. But after seeing the gameplay, I can say with full confidence that yes, the computers do always grab items. Well, they don't always grab the weapons. Sometimes they go straight into the cage, but there is more of a strong chance of them, grabbing weapons from under the ring, which I am a big fan of. So that saves me a lot of time. Overall, from what I've seen from the War Games match, it looks great, it looks a lot of fun, and I'm personally going to enjoy it. So overall, I think it's going to be a really fun match type. I'm definitely going to be playing it when I get the game. So there you go, those are my overall thoughts on WWE2K23 so far from some of the stuff. So those are my thoughts about it so far. So I'm very, very excited. And that's really all I've got to say, really. I love the War Games match. I'm very excited for it. And I'm very excited for WWE2K23 overall. I know a lot of you may be asking me my opinions on Showcase. Oh yes, Showcase. Right. Yes, that should be one thing I should talk about. The Showcase. It's not that big of a deal, but there is one small thing I want to bring up briefly when it comes to this. One of the big things I want to talk about is... Oh crap, where the hell do I go? One of the big things I want to talk about here is... the Showcase. I'm not going to spoil too much. The only things I saw was Rob Van Dam and Kurt Angle's match with John Cena. But there is one thing I want to bring up. There is one thing I want to bring up, and it's very, very important, because I don't know if this is real or if this is fake. Just before I came on to make this video, I saw a video leaking out every match from the John Cena Showcase. Now, again, I don't know if this is official or if it's fake. There is a strong chance it could be fake. And the reason why I say it could be fake is because I found one fake video where some person claimed that this entrance from Dexter Lumis and Braun Strowman was from 2K23, because they had their new music playing, they had the billboards all graphic. But the one thing that you would easily notice from those is that Greg Hamilton is in the background, so that immediately calls it fake. Mike Rome is the ring announcer in these games, so if you hear anything that comes from Greg Hamilton, you know it's fake. So, one of the things I want to talk about is the entire thing. I saw the entire John Cena lineup. Now, I'm not going to leak it to you guys, but I saw one particular match in there that intrigued me. There was one particular match in there that intrigued me, and I thought it was interesting that they had that match in there. So understand, this could be fake. This could be fake, it could not be fake. So that's why I'm letting you guys know there is a strong potential this could have been fake. One of the matches, according to this video, that is in the John Cena Showcase is John Cena's match with Carlito for the United States Championship. Now, we all know Carlito has defeated John Cena in his debut. So, yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I did see this because I saw someone leak it. I use that with punctuations. Leaked it. So again, I'm just saying I don't know if this is true or not because it could be fake. Someone could be faking it. Somebody could have just did a PC mod of it and it could be fake. But if it is true that Carlito is going to be in the game, then this will be his first game since SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. So, yeah, I wanted to bring that to your attention. So now it's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this long video of me rambling about 2K23. Overall, I'm very excited for it, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm very excited, and I'm definitely going to get it once it comes out. I'm going to get it when it comes out. So I'm very excited for it. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit that like button. Comment your thoughts down below. What are your thoughts on 2K23 so far? And I will see you all in the next video.